triangle. You take a triangle and all the three angles of a triangle. And then this angle A is angle B plus angle C. We get 180 degrees. As we know, we have learned in previous classes. So sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. And then if we draw any one of the line parallel to BC through A, we have drawn a line which is parallel to BC through the vertex A, and then the line L is parallel to BC. So the two lines are parallel to each other, that we call A is a transversal to L and BC, and these are parallel to each other, and AB is a transversal. And then we take any one of the name here, that is and then so here the angle and AB is equals to angle ABC. Alternate angles are equal. If this is x and this is also x, so let's recall the angle NAB, angle NAB is equals to angle ABC. This angle is x because the lines which are L is parallel to BC, line L is parallel to BC, and then alternate angles are equal in this. So here x and this is also x is formed, and then if we consider BC and L are two lines and AC is a transversal, that we call AC is a transversal, angle A, angle N. So angle N, A, C, angle NBC or angle we have taken. So if you take any one of the lines, if you take the lines of N and BC, they are parallel to each other, and then N is a line and BC is also another line. These two are parallel to each other. We consider AC is a transversal, and then angle NAC, and angle ACB are equal because they are alternate angles. And if you take Y, and here there is a Y, and the same Y will form at the same also. They are alternate to each other. Alternate angles are equal and the lines are parallel. We have discussed earlier the transversal. If two lines are intersected by some other line, then we call them transversal in two distinct points. Let's recall, two lines are intersected by some other line at two distinct points. We call it as transversal. And two lines are parallel to each other, then alternate angles are equal, which are formed with the transversal line. And if the lines are equal, if the lines are parallel to each other, then corresponding angles are equal. Similarly, we're using the same property. We have these two lines are parallel to each other, then their alternate angles are equal. And so that's the reason here these two angles are alternate angles. Angle NAC and the ACB are alternate angles. So this is Y and Y. This both the angles are equal. And if we consider AB as a transversal, then angle NAC and angle ABC are equal. They are alternate angles. They are taken as x. And in this manner, if we take any one angle, for example, here angle BACZ, and then if we add angle XYZ, and all the three angles equals to 180 degrees because this is a linear straight line, and then we add all the three angles from the straight line, we will get 180 degrees. So angle X plus angle Y plus angle Z equals to 180 degrees. So this is another property where the lines are parallel and transversal line is formed. So up to now we have discussed about the angles of property of a triangle. Sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degrees, and then if we draw a parallel line to any one of the vertex which is opposite to another side, and then the two lines are parallel to each other, and then one of the transversal is formed, alternate angles are equal. If you consider AC is transversal, then alternate angles are equal. So if alternate angles are equal, and then if we take the names of the angles are equal, for example, let's take some example of this. If x is equals to 30 degrees and AB is equals to angle B, angle ABC is equals to 30 degrees, and AB is equals to BC, the side AB is equals to AC, angle ABC is 30 degrees, and then we need to find all the angles and the exterior angles also, angle and AB we need to find out. Let's find out angle and AB and exterior angle of this triangle. So let's take and we need to find out angle Z also, that is angle BAC. Angle BAC also we need to find out. So let's find out using the same transversal rule, and we know that the two lines are intersecting. The two lines which are N and BC are parallel to each other. As we know, we have taken the parallel line, so BC and NN are parallel to each other. Alternate angles are equal. Then these two are alternate angles. AB is a transversal, and the parallel lines are BC and MN. And if this is 30 degrees, and we get the same angle of 30 degrees there. And here, if this is Y, and this we get the same Y is here, and we know AB is equals to AC. AB is equal to AC. Then angle B is equal to angle C. Angle B and angle C are equal. Then if this X, the angle B is equal to 30 degrees, and we get Y is also 30 degrees because angle B and angle C are equal. And as we know, sum of the three angles of a triangle is 180 degrees, and that here is B is 30 degrees, and angle C is 30 degrees, and then we get is equal to 180 degrees. Angle A we don't know, so let's find out angle A here. So angle A plus 60 degrees equals to 180 degrees. So angle A is equals to 180 minus 60 degrees, and angle A is equals to 120 degrees. So Z is equals to 120 degrees. So finally we got the value of Z. In this process, we can find out any one of the angles which are missing using the transversal rule and angles are property of a triangle. Let's see the concept. Lines parallel to the same line. Let's take some of examples on this concept. So we have the picture, that is the lines which are parallel to each other, AB and CR. Two lines are parallel to each other, AB and CR. These two lines are parallel to each other. Let's take it as D. So AB and CD are parallel to each other, and then we know that if the two lines are parallel to each other, alternate angles are equal, and then we see AB and CD are parallel to each other. It's given in our picture that AB and CD are given, and CD are parallel to each other. Then if we consider PQ as a transversal, then alternate angles are equal, and then 50 degrees and X are alternate angles. So alternate angles are equal. So X is equal to 50 degrees. X is 50 degrees. We have taken. So if we consider and PQPR as a transversal and ABCD are two lines which are parallel to each other, and then we consider PQ as a transversal, then it becomes both the angles are equal. And then if you take here, for example, we want the angle, and let's name it as Z, and that Z here will get. And if you see that angle Z and 27, 127, that is PRQ and PRD are linear pair. The third angle is ZC and angle ZD is equals to 180 degrees. As we know, that is, let's write the same thing here. ZC, PZP. Let's write here angle PRQ, angle PRQ plus angle PRD. PRD is 180 degrees. The reason is linear pair, and these two angles are formed on the same linear pair. They have formed on the same line. They form a straight angle. So a straight angle, we know that the sum of these two angles will form 180 degrees. So let's write this then plus 127 PRD. So this is that, and this is 127 is equals to 180 degrees, and Z is equals to, we get 50 plus 3 and 53. 53. So this is 53 degrees in what? And we need to find out the angle Z here. Also, we know we have discussed that is alternate angles are equal. So PR is a transversal, and ZZ, these two alternate angles are equal. As we know here, the line which is the straight angle is 50 degrees, Y and 53, 50 degrees and Y 53, or on the same line. Three angles will form on the straight line. Straight angle will form. So if you add all the three angles of it, we'll be getting 180 degrees. So let's add this all three angles. That is 50 plus 53. 50. 50 plus 53 plus Y is equals to 180 degrees, as we discussed now. So if we add all the three angles here, these three angles form the same line. So this will form 180 degrees. So straight angle 50 plus Y plus 53, that is 180. So let's write this 103 plus Y is equals to 180 degrees, and then Y is equals to, subtract this, and we getting 77 degrees. So Y is 77 and Z is 53. So we need to find both X and Y. As we know, we want the Y value here. We need to find the X value. To get the X value, we take the sum property of a triangle. Sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So let's add all the angles here. X is 50 degrees, as we know. So 50 plus 53, 50 plus 53 plus Y. 50 plus 53 plus Y. Only we know that we have got Y as 77. So no need to find out anything. So X value is, we got 50 degrees. X value is 50 degrees and Y value is 77 degrees. Let's recall once again. And these two are parallel lines. So that's the reason alternate angles are equal. This 50 degrees is given. So this is also going to become 50 because of alternate angles. So 50, as we know, X is 50 degrees, and then we need to find out the Y value. As we know, we consider PR as a transversal. These two are alternate angles, so we got 53 here, and using the straight angle, 50 plus 53 plus Y on the same line, so it becomes equals to 180 degrees. And we got Y at 77. This matter, we got this angle X and Y. Let's go to the next problem. Same concept. The lines parallel to the same line. So if you observe this picture, PQ is the line. It's given that PQ is a line parallel to ST. PQ is a line parallel to ST. PQ and ST are parallel to each other. So we need to find out angle QRS. And what is the angle formed here? We need to find out. So let's extend this line. PQ is a ray, and let's draw it. Let's extend this line here, and find this extension of this line, and we'll get the same line parallel to this thing, parallel to this line. So this is the concept: line parallel to the same line. Line parallel to the same line we have drawn. So we extend this line, and this line is also parallel to the same line ST. So which we extended in this. So already it's given PQ and ST are parallel to each other. In that, we extend this PQ again, and this side on the right hand side, the line is also parallel to ST. So in this extension, what observe, and we take any one of the mean here, and for example, so PF is parallel to ST, you know, because they extend the same line, it will be parallel to the same line. So the angles which are formed here, the same set of transversal, and the same set of transversal, one is interior and the other is exterior, and we tell that are corresponding angles. So these two are corresponding angles because they are the same set of transversal. Consider this SR as a transversal, and this is a parallel lines. ST and PN are the lines, and SR is a transversal. Then these are one side of transversal, and these are corresponding angles we formed. So if the lines are parallel, and we say that corresponding angles are equal. So here angle is 130, and here also we have angle is 130 degrees. As we know that linear pair, the sum of two angles is 180 degrees, and then here we see, observe this, and this is 130 degrees. The same line, it becomes 50 degrees because it's a straight line. On the straight line, sum of two angles on the linear pair, we get 180 degrees. That is the reason 130 plus 50, we get 180 degrees. As we know here, the same linear pair, and we take and 110 plus 70, we get 170. 110 plus 70, we get it's 180 degrees. In the similar manner, we take some angle, some property of a triangle, and this we got 70 degrees. If you observe, and this is 50 degrees, and as we know, this is Q, and we take any one of the name for it, and for example, and here we got angle of 50 degrees, and here at Q 70 degrees, and we need to find out here this angle R. So angle QRS. So the sum of angles of this triangle is 180 degrees. We know angle some property of a triangle. So 70 degrees plus 50 degrees plus angle QRS. QRS is 180 degrees. So 50 plus 70 is 120. This angle QRS is 180. So we'll get angle QRS is equals to 60 degrees. So in this manner we'll find out the angle which is related to the lines and transversal, which is parallel to the same line, the lines which are parallel to the same line. So this is the concept about the parallel lines to the same line. The lines parallel.